Patrick Swayze was the snake-hipped star who captured the hearts of millions with his roles in Dirty Dancing and Ghost. However, beyond the dazzling lights of Hollywood lay a man haunted by personal demons and hidden struggles. What secrets lurked in the depths of Patrick Swayze's life, and how did they shape his journey in both life and career? Join us as we delve into the tragic secrets that cast a shadow over Patrick Swayze's life, impacting both his personal struggles and his remarkable career. Patrick Swayze was born into a remarkable family background. His lineage boasted a grandfather who had earned distinction as a World War I flying ace from Houston. Adding her own flair to the mix, his mother, Patty K.S., tied the knot with Jesse Wayne Swayze, a young man hailing from the countryside after dazzling as both an athlete and a dancer. Arriving on a sunny day in August 1952, Patrick grew up surrounded by his 4 siblings. Life in the Swayze household was anything but ordinary. Patty, driven to support her family, opened a dancing school, becoming a prominent figure in the local art scene by directing and choreographing various performances. With Patrick's father, an engineer for an oil company, juggling both work and household responsibilities, the Swayze home buzzed with activity. Free time was scarce as the children were deeply immersed in a whirlwind of activities and obligations, molding Patrick into the versatile and disciplined individual he would later become. Patrick inherited a variety of traits from his parents. From his father, he developed a fondness for animals and outdoor pursuits, along with a sensitive side. From his mother, he received a vibrant imagination and a knack for the dramatic. Growing up alongside his younger brother, Don, was an exciting adventure. They frequently engaged in elaborate outdoor games, with Patrick typically assuming the role of Tarzan, while Don played his loyal companion, Cheetah. Occasionally, they enlisted the participation of a neighbor girl named Jane, adding to their jungle escapades. Despite his average academic performance in school, Patrick excelled outside the classroom. He immersed himself in numerous extracurricular activities, showcasing his talents beyond traditional academic boundaries. Always eager to explore new interests, he participated in activities ranging from skating and swimming to various sports leagues such as baseball and football. Patrick's zest for life was evident in his diverse interests and activities. He immersed himself in music, playing the violin, and lending his voice to the school choir. Not content with just musical pursuits, he also took center stage in school plays, showcasing his versatility from a young age. Always on the move, some might describe Patrick as having an energy overload. But for him, idleness was simply not an option. He thrived on staying active and involved in various endeavors, eager to explore everything within his reach. His competitive nature was another defining trait. Patrick couldn't tolerate the thought of being second best. He poured his heart and soul into every endeavor, striving to excel. While his mother's ambition fueled him, it was his father's approval that truly mattered. Patrick yearned for his father's recognition and support, making every effort to impress him, especially during competitions. There was a memorable instance when Patrick's competitive spirit shone brightly, even in a friendly contest with a friend. Winning was paramount to him, and his father, witnessing his determination, found humor in the situation. It was a lesson in humility that Patrick embraced as part of his journey. In 1972, Patrick embarked on a challenging journey to New York City, where he pursued training with 2 prestigious ballet companies, Harkness Ballet and Joffrey Ballet. However, dance wasn't his sole passion. He also harbored a deep love for acting. To nurture this interest, he immersed himself in drama studies at San Jacinto College in Pasadena, Texas. At the age of 20, Patrick's life took a romantic turn when he met Lisa Niami, then 15, at his mother's dance school. Their connection was immediate, and Lisa fondly recalls their first dance together as a moment of true connection and understanding. In 1974, Patrick and Lisa made the decision to make New York their permanent home. Patrick secured a position as a principal dancer with the emerging American company Elliott Feld Ballet. Despite his tough exterior, Patrick was remarkably sensitive, particularly when it came to fitting in among his fellow dancers. His muscular physique and affinity for adventurous activities like riding his motorcycle set him apart in the ballet world. However, this unique combination of attributes infused his performances with a special quality, earning him admiration and respect within the dance community. When Patrick and Lisa exchanged vows in June 1975 in Houston, Patrick's remarkable talent and prowess as a dancer were garnering comparisons to the male dancers of Russia's Bolshoi Ballet. However, the relentless pursuit of perfection took its toll on Patrick's body, with the physical demands of his career exacting a heavy toll. Despite the challenges he faced, Patrick's unwavering passion and dedication to his artistry continued to shine brightly. Patrick's journey through bullying and abuse mirrored that of many children, following in the footsteps of his parents, who immersed him in a world where dance held significant importance. Much of his early years were spent accompanying his mother to work, as she preferred not to hire babysitters. At the tender age of 3, he began taking ballet lessons, defying societal expectations for a boy growing up in the South, especially during that era. This unconventional path made him stand out among his peers at school, subjecting him to teasing and ridicule. Despite also participating in more traditional sports like football and swimming, Patrick faced frequent bullying from his classmates. He even endured instances of violence, recalling in his memoir an incident where he was attacked by a group of 5 boys. In response, his father took it upon himself to teach Patrick self-defense techniques. Encouraged by his parents, Patrick confronted each bully individually, partly driven by a desire to earn his father's approval, as depicted in the docu-series Patrick Swayze, The Price of Fame. Swayze's memoir also recounts this experience and includes a quote from his father, advising him not to initiate fights, but to always stand up for himself. From the very start, Patrick Swayze was deeply immersed in dance, influenced by his mother's career as a choreographer. However, this early exposure, coupled with his mother's demanding and occasionally harsh demeanor, placed significant pressure on him during his childhood. Patty's strictness and critical nature might be viewed as abusive by certain standards. Despite their difficulties, Pi didn't just inflict emotional and mental harm on Patrick. She also resorted to physical violence when he was young. Nevertheless, on Patrick's 18th birthday, his father intervened and warned Patty that he would leave if she ever laid a hand on their son again, effectively putting an end to the abuse. Lisa Namey largely attributes Patty's behavior to her own troubled upbringing and the cycle of abuse she endured. Reflecting on Patty's history, Namey mentioned in the film that while Pi could be violent, it paled in comparison to the hardships she faced as a child and the stories Namey heard about Patty's own mother. Despite their close relationship, Patrick and his mother never broached the topic of the abuse they endured, the highs, the lows, and the struggles. The evolution of Patrick Swayze's dreams is intriguing. Before he ventured into acting, or tried his luck in L.A., his aspirations revolved around football. Unsure if he could make it to the professional level, his goal was to at least play until he completed university. He even hoped to secure a college scholarship based on his football skills. Had he pursued football in college, he would have been in esteemed company alongside other celebrities like Dwayne Johnson, Channing Tatum, Josh Duhamel, and Mark Harmon, who also played college football. However, Swayze's dreams of pursuing football were shattered by a serious injury before he even graduated from high school. During his final year, just before the last few games, Swayze endured a severe knee injury that dashed his hopes of a football career. Following this setback, he redirected his energy towards his other interests, including dance and gymnastics. These activities not only aided in his recovery but also helped him regain strength and flexibility. Gradually, he began envisioning a new future for himself, setting his sights on becoming a professional ballet dancer. Unfortunately, this dream was short-lived due to another painful injury, this time to his left leg. While acting might seem like a natural transition from dancing, requiring similar performance skills, it actually demands a different set of abilities. Swayze only began honing his acting skills when his ballet aspirations became unattainable due to his high school leg injury. He might attribute his misfortune to this injury, although it seems luck wasn't exactly on his side. Nonetheless, this shift to acting turned out to be fortunate for the public, as Swayze's talent graced us with unforgettable performances. At the age of 23, Patrick's ballet career was just beginning to blossom when a severe infection in his injured knee forced him to abandon his dreams. Leaving the ballet left me feeling empty, and it took me years to find something to fill that void, he later reflected. Throughout this period, his wife Lisa provided unwavering support, offering him stability amidst the whirlwind of newfound fame and its potential impact on audiences. A support that is invaluable and cannot be taught. In 1978, Patrick Swayze captivated casting directors with his audition for the lead role of Danny Zuko in the hit musical Grease. With his striking good looks and confident demeanor, he effortlessly embodied the character's charm and charisma, clinching the role previously portrayed by John Travolta and propelling Swayze into the spotlight. Following his role in Grease in 1979, Patrick and Lisa said goodbye to New York and relocated to Los Angeles. With Hollywood in their sights, at 27 years old, Swayze was already an experienced performer, having honed his skills as a dancer under his mother's guidance and gaining recognition on Broadway. Keen to transition to the world of film, he secured his first feature role in Skate Town, USA, where his rugged looks and impressive roller skating abilities stood out. Despite the film's lack of lasting impact, Swayze's captivating presence on screen garnered attention, with critics applauding his confident portrayal of masculinity. Patrick had long harbored ambitions of Hollywood success, with the goal of purchasing a ranch for his father to manage. He believed he was inching closer to realizing this dream when he landed a recurring role in the 1982 TV series The Renegades. However, his aspirations were crushed when he received the devastating news of his father's sudden death while he was filming the series. Jesse Wayne Swayze, a constant source of strength and support for his family, suffered a fatal heart attack while out hiking with his dogs. Suddenly, everything felt out of balance, and the pain I felt seemed endless, he wrote. I had never been much of a drinker, but one of the first things I did after my dad's death was buy a case of his favorite beer, Budweiser. I despised the taste, but I kept opening can after can, trying to numb myself. No matter how much I drank, I couldn't escape the pain, so I kept drinking. This breakdown marked the beginning of a lifelong struggle with alcoholism and depression. He had to find a way to deal with it, but unfortunately his coping mechanism became self-destructive, remarked former agent Kate Edwards. He was lost, unsure of how to handle it, where to channel it, or what to do. He was simply trying to survive. Patrick's depression led to destructive behavior, particularly when he consumed alcohol. He engaged in fights at bars and drove recklessly at high speeds along the perilous canyon roads of Los Angeles. Alcohol became a destructive force in his life, fueling aggressive behavior. Despite the depth of his anguish, Patrick continued to work tirelessly, though few understood the extent of his struggles. Transitioning from a television star to a dancing sensation in 1983, Francis Ford Coppola provided Patrick Swayze a breakthrough by casting him in The Outsiders. At 31, he stood out as the elder actor among a cohort of emerging stars like Rob Lowe, Matt Dillon, and Tom Cruise. In his subsequent film, uncommon valor, he collaborated with the seasoned Hollywood actor Gene Hackman. While the film showcased Swayze's physical prowess, critics also lauded his solid acting skills despite being part of an ensemble. In 1984's Red Dawn, Swayze's performance caught attention. His portrayal in the film led to him securing the lead role in the highly anticipated television series North and South. It was a challenging part, requiring him to depict aging and maturity, which he accomplished skillfully. Set during the Civil War, the series allowed Swayze to embody an idealistic character, a departure from typical roles in contemporary cinema. He was drawn to the role because it enabled him to embody values like integrity and morality, which he believed were often overlooked in modern films. Despite his television success, Swayze still sought a breakthrough in movies. He had concealed his dance background, fearing it might undermine his credibility as an actor. However, an opportunity arose when he was approached for a small film called Dirty Dancing. Patrick's breakthrough movie role came in Dirty Dancing, a film that started with a modest budget but skyrocketed into a worldwide phenomenon, raking in over $200 million at the box office and earning the title of the most rented video of 1988. At first, there wasn't a lot of buzz surrounding the movie, but that all changed after they filmed the first dance sequence. The atmosphere was electric, filled with such energy and passion that everyone involved realized they might be on to something special. Swayze's performance was truly exceptional, capturing the raw sensuality and excitement of the character. He showcased his talent as a dancer, drawing comparisons to the legendary Gene Kelly. Despite Swayze's initial concerns about his background in dance, he flawlessly embodied the role of Johnny Castle, the rebellious dance instructor. His charisma and edgy demeanor were a perfect fit for the character. The production encountered several challenges, including a tight budget and unfavorable weather conditions. Adding to the complications was the less than harmonious relationship between Swayze and his co-star Jennifer Grey. Despite their on-screen chemistry, off-screen they often clashed and had disagreements. However, both Patrick and Jennifer were seasoned professionals who knew how to put aside their differences when it came time to film. Patrick's dancing skills were a highlight of the movie, and he also took charge of his own stunts. However, his daring approach to stunts raised concerns among the film's producers. These concerns were validated when one of Patrick's stunts nearly brought production to a halt. In a scene where he teaches Jennifer to dance on a log, Patrick insisted on performing the stunt himself, refusing to use a stunt double despite the risks involved. Unfortunately, he fell several times during the scene, resulting in a severe knee injury. Swayze described the pain as excruciating, as his knee bones rubbed against each other due to the lack of cartilage. Despite Grey being lightweight, lifting her in the water felt like handling a heavy burden. However, despite this setback, Patrick displayed remarkable resilience, bouncing back to complete his demanding dance routines and dramatic scenes. Additionally, he even made contributions to the film's soundtrack by co-writing and recording one of its hit songs. The song soared to the top of the Billboard charts, propelling Patrick into the spotlight as both a musician and a songwriter. Dirty Dancing premiered in the spring of 1987 to a warm reception, but it was at the box office where the film truly skyrocketed. Much of this success can be credited to its devoted female fan base, many of whom watched the film repeatedly, some even more than 50 times. Suddenly, Patrick found himself in high demand. His newfound fame became evident when he performed at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo alongside the Gatlin brothers. As he rode around the arena on his horse, women clamored to get closer to him. Professionally, the success of Dirty Dancing brought Patrick the recognition he had long desired, earning him his first of 3 Golden Globe nominations. Despite his accomplishments, Patrick still felt a sense of dissatisfaction with his acting career. He yearned for a role that would reinvigorate his professional life and allow him to move beyond the allure of his iconic character from Dirty Dancing. By the onset of the 1990s, despite his prior achievements, Patrick found himself in both a creative and personal rut. He searched fervently for a screenplay that would reignite his enthusiasm for acting and resonate deeply with audiences once more. Then, by a stroke of luck, Patrick's wife, Lisa, stumbled upon a screenplay for a romantic comedy thriller titled Ghost and encouraged him to give it a read. Initially hesitant, Patrick eventually acquiesced, disappearing into a room with the script. When he emerged, his eyes were brimming with tears. He was profoundly moved by the story and felt an immediate connection to it. However, the director initially had reservations, believing that Patrick's tough guy persona from Roadhouse was not a suitable fit for the role of Sam Wheat, a successful young stockbroker striving to prove himself. Despite this, Patrick fought fervently for the role, delivering an impassioned audition that left everyone in the room deeply moved. Eventually, he underwent a transformation to portray Sam Wheat, depicting a character who was both vulnerable and resolute in seeking justice after his untimely demise. The chemistry between Patrick and Whoopi Goldberg, who portrayed the eccentric medium Oda Mae Brown, was palpable. Patrick was adamant about casting Whoopi, recognizing her as the ideal choice for the role. Their on-screen rapport was electrifying, seamlessly blending elements of comedy and drama. Ghost soared to immense success, with Whoopi Goldberg clinching an Academy Award for her performance and Patrick earning his second Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor. Patrick Swayze reclaimed his place in the limelight as one of Hollywood's most coveted talents. He even earned the title of Sexiest Man by People magazine. However, amidst his rising fame, tragedy struck once more when he and Lisa suffered a heartbreaking miscarriage in 1990. Reflecting on this devastating loss, Patrick revealed in his autobiography, read aloud in the show, "I'd been so excited that day, so thrilled at going to see my baby's heartbeat, and he was dead." The couple found solace in each other's embrace in the parking lot, shedding tears of profound grief. The miscarriage plunged Patrick into deeper despair and exacerbated his struggles with alcoholism and depression. Even during the filming of Fatherhood, a movie about a crime boss learning to be a father, his battle with alcohol reached a crisis point. He was consumed by heavy drinking, often passing out on set and needing to be roused to continue filming. Rosemary East Hyatt, his former PA, recalled the distressing period, saying, "Fatherhood was a low point. I had never seen him like that." However, Patrick recognized the urgency of his situation and made the courageous decision to seek help. In the mid-1990s, he checked into Rehab. Taking the necessary steps towards recovery, Patrick's battle with depression persisted despite his efforts. He grappled with the burden of his sex symbol image and yearned to be recognized as a serious actor. By the 1990s, his career began to wane, adding to his inner turmoil. In 1994, tragedy struck again with the loss of his sister, Vicky, who took her own life. This devastating blow plunged Patrick into deeper despair. 3 years later, he faced another harrowing ordeal when he was thrown from a horse, breaking both legs and narrowly avoiding paralysis. Once more, he turned to alcohol to cope with the pain and emotional turmoil. Frank Whiteley, a close friend, recalls the unpredictable nature of Patrick's struggles. He was fine for months and years, and then all of a sudden, something would trigger in his mind, usually the conversation of being a father, wanting a son, Whiteley explains. So there were benders, and then there were normal times. As Patrick entered his early 40s, he encountered a slump in his film career. It had been 4 years since the triumph of Ghost. Despite occasional moments in the spotlight, like hosting the 1994 World Music Awards and showcasing his dance prowess alongside his wife, some of his role choices failed to hit the mark. In 1995, Patrick embarked on his boldest role to date, embodying the drag queen Miss Vida Boheme in To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. Rather than playing for laughs, Patrick approached the character of Vida with depth and sincerity, earning acclaim for his dedication to the role. Despite receiving positive reviews, the film fell short at the box office, prompting Patrick to return to more conventional macho hero roles. Nevertheless, Patrick's commitment to his craft remained unyielding. Renowned for his strong work ethic, he approached each role with seriousness and determination. However, his dedication nearly derailed his career in 1998 when a horseback riding accident left him with severe injuries, prompting him to reassess his approach to risky stunts. In the face of challenges and against all odds, Swayze often credited his strong bond with Nimi for keeping him grounded throughout his career. He turned to practices like Buddhism and therapy to gain a better understanding of himself. Although met with skepticism in his native Texas, Swayze eventually found comfort in the Soka Gakkai Buddhist tradition. He valued exploring different beliefs and respected their significance to others. At 40, Swayze grappled with the realities of his personal life. Despite his confidence in career choices, he had long used alcohol to cope with inner turmoil. But it had begun to consume him. After returning from a film shoot, his drinking had escalated, impacting both his life and career. Initially resistant to taking action, he eventually recognized the gravity of the situation and sought help. Supported by his wife Lisa, who refused to give up on him, they turned to Alcoholics Anonymous for guidance. In 1993, Patrick took a courageous step by entering a rehab program at the Sierra Tucson Clinic in Arizona. Looking back on his journey, he confronted the fear of becoming someone he had always sworn not to be. Despite ongoing challenges in his recovery, Patrick persisted in his work in the film industry. In 1995, he took on a significant role in the low-budget movie 3 Wishes, portraying a Korean War veteran with mystical abilities who becomes entwined with a widow and her 2 sons. This role revealed a softer, more subdued side of Swayze, hinting at a potential shift in his on-screen persona. Instead of demanding attention, his performance exuded genuine concern for the family he became involved with, emphasizing their well-being and the impact he could have on their lives. Swayze's portrayal was both authentic and sympathetic, delivering an understated yet captivating performance that added layers to the film. Despite its merits, 3 Wishes failed to reach the audience it deserved. Regrettably, Patrick Swayze was burdened by dark secrets that cast a shadow over both his personal life and career. Despite Patrick's unwavering love for Lisa, his inner torment strained their relationship. In 2004, the couple briefly separated, but a career hiatus and the purchase of a remote ranch in New Mexico brought them back together. Patrick found solace in caring for horses, a shared passion he had always dreamed of pursuing with his father. During this time, he seemed to find a sense of contentment within himself. However, this newfound peace was short-lived. In 2008, as he prepared to return to acting in the TV series The Beast, Patrick received the devastating diagnosis of pancreatic cancer. Instead of concealing his struggle, Swayze and his family made the brave choice to speak openly about it. Their goal was to raise awareness about the severity of pancreatic cancer and the importance of ongoing research for better treatments. Leveraging their fame, they used their platform to shed light on this critical cause. However, Swayze didn't solely rely on conventional medicine. He also explored alternative methods to aid his recovery, such as acupuncture and a specialized diet. He firmly believed in the efficacy of these approaches in improving his well-being and quality of life despite his illness. His fight wasn't just for himself. It was a battle on behalf of all those grappling with cancer, demonstrating that hope persists even in the most challenging circumstances. Despite his relentless efforts, Patrick Swayze's cancer ultimately proved too aggressive, leading to his passing in September 2009 at the age of 57. Yet, his legacy endures, not only as a celebrated actor and dancer, but also as a fervent advocate for cancer research. Swayze's charisma, talent, and versatility left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. Films like Dirty Dancing and Ghost continue to captivate audiences today, while his dance moves remain a source of inspiration for fans worldwide. Beyond his artistic endeavors, Swayze was a philanthropic individual, supporting various charitable causes throughout his lifetime, with cancer research holding particular significance due to his personal battle with pancreatic cancer. Alongside his wife Lisa, Patrick established the Patrick Swayze Pancreas Cancer Research Fund. Their aim was to finance research, increase awareness, and underscore the significance of early detection and treatment for pancreatic cancer. He passed away at the New Mexico ranch in September 2014, with Lisa by his side. Throughout his life, Patrick grappled with self-doubt and a relentless drive to excel. He reflected on the influence of his perfectionist mother, whose high expectations instilled in him both a desire for excellence and a profound sense of inadequacy. After a lifelong struggle with his inner demons, Patrick's journey came to an end. Former PA Rosemary encapsulates his tumultuous life with poignant simplicity. He was not perfect, but what I do know is that he woke up every day wanting to be.